Internet, my name is Sammy Fightmaster and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the new film Ammonite starring Saoirse Ronan and Kate Winslet. Now I did a reaction to the trailer a couple months back when the trailer first dropped, and I'll link that somewhere for you if you want to go check that out. Now I first found out that this movie was going to be happening back in I believe February, so it's been a long time and I have been very excited waiting for this movie. Now I'm not quite sure when this movie became available to rent, because that's how I watched it. I rented it on Apple TV. There's several other platforms that you can rent it off of, because I know the original plan was to have it in theaters. They showed it at, I think, 3 film festivals, which were all virtual because of pandemic. But again, with the pandemic happening, they just made it available for you to rent wherever you're watching it. Now to rent it, no matter which way that you choose, there's several different ways that you can watch it, but it is going to cost you the same $19.99 to watch it, which is a lot, but that is what they're doing to make up their lost money from theaters. For those of you that don't know, Ammonite is set in 1840s England and is about an acclaimed but overlooked fossil hunter named Mary Anning. Mary spends most of her days working alone along the rugged coastline looking for fossils and also just nice shells to sell to tourists. But one day a wealthy visitor comes into her shop and asks Mary to look after his wife Charlotte while he travels. Now Mary's not really in a position to turn down his offer because she is also taking care of her ailing mother. She needs the money. So she takes Charlotte in, and it doesn't take long for a bond to form between the two, and they start to question the true nature of their relationship. Now, that is pretty much what the entire movie is about. It's an hour and 50-something minutes. It's a long movie. And honestly, I was a little disappointed after months and months of anticipating this movie and being so excited for what it could be. I was a little disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. And I will be brutally honest, it was not, in my opinion, worth the $19.99 rental. It pains me to say that. It really does. Because Saoirse Ronan is like one of my favorite actresses out there, and I love her, and I wanted this movie to be like her Oscar-winning movie, and I don't think it's gonna be. You can definitely tell it's Oscar baiting, that is for sure. I just don't think that period pieces are my type of movie. Honestly, a lot of period piece movies, at least the ones that I have seen, there's a lot less dialogue than in like modern set movies. And I think I'm just somebody that needs a lot of dialogue. Cause like I can handle having to interpret what's going on through glances and through touches and little details that the camera shows you. But I feel like that was most of this movie. I felt like you had to interpret a lot. Like I feel like it took a while until we got like more than a couple of words said by a character. Like I want to say during the first 30 minutes of the movie, there were maybe 2 conversations that happened. A lot of it is nonverbal in the beginning and throughout a lot of the movie. And that is part of the fact that a lot of the story is about Mary and her being a fossil hunter, and she works alone. She does. So it's kind of hard if she was talking to herself. It looked a little odd. You will definitely need subtitles though for the parts where they are speaking. They filmed this movie by the sea. The sea is very, very loud, like very loud in this movie. And there were certain moments, like when they're on the beach, where I didn't hear any words come out of people's mouths, but subtitles were appearing on the bottom of the screen showing a conversation. Didn't hear one word, just heard the sea. So for moments like that, there's a lot of moments like that, you're going to need the subtitles to help you out. It was a beautifully shot movie. I don't know exactly where they filmed it. It's set in Lyme, but I don't know if that's actually where they filmed it. So it was really, really pretty. The acting, phenomenal, because you have Kate Winslet and Saoirse Ronan who kick butt in whatever movie that they are in. And again, I said this in my trailer reaction, I was a little nervous with Kate Winslet being by the ocean again with a love interest, because we know what happened the last time that she had a love interest in the water. I was nervous, but luckily this was not like Titanic. So That's good. Now, there were some things in the story that I had issues with, and that mainly had to do with, I guess, how their relationship began. Obviously, we saw in the trailer that there's something happening between them. That is the whole point of this movie, is to uncover what their whole relationship is about. And for me, I was watching very intently, trying to figure out all the little details on how their relationship began, like picking up on every little thing. My only issue is I felt like the relationship was a slow burn, but also not at the same time. It doesn't make sense, because I feel like it took us a really long time to get to the start of their relationship, but also I felt like it came out of nowhere. Because like I watched for all the little details, but I was also confused on how it happened. Like, that's really all I can say, because nobody talks in this movie. It's so much non-verbal stuff happening that I'm like, wait, I'm somebody that we gotta talk this through. We gotta talk it through, okay? But no, that doesn't happen, and it frustrates me. Once you get to the relationship, they did very well with that. I will have to say, the actual relationship happening, that part of the movie is done very, very well. That was obviously my favorite part of the movie, but I feel like all the extra stuff, I didn't care for. Obviously, I went into this movie wanting to see their relationship. I just thought that was honestly felt like a small portion of the movie compared to everything else that is happening. And I will say this, pretty much all the good parts of this movie you can find on YouTube, and then you don't need to see the rest of the movie. Like, that's honestly how I feel about this movie, and I'm sad about that. Now, as I was getting ready to start watching this movie, like I pulled it up on Apple TV, getting ready to click rent it, or whatever it actually says, I saw the Rotten Tomatoes score, because they have it right there, and it was 68%. Like, that's low. I feel like that's low. So I got very nervous. As somebody that has waited to see this for 10 months, I got very nervous in that instance and questioned whether or not I should rent it. And I did it because I wanted to see it. I really did, no matter what the Rotten Tomato score was, because I'm like, sometimes I end up liking things that Rotten Tomato hates. So I was like, we're going to watch it. I'm going to be rating this movie 3 stars because it did have really good acting, really awesome scenery, but I had issues with how the story's about their relationship, and I had issues with how we got to that point in the movie. Like, I just feel like it needed a little bit more leading up to that, or at least a little bit more communication. The whole lack of communication throughout the entire movie just frustrates me. Obviously, if you want to go rent it, do that. It is $19.99, so consider that. I wish it wasn't as expensive to rent. Like, I wish it was the cost of a movie ticket, which definitely in Kentucky, it is not almost $20. This movie is rated R, and it earned it. Not for language, but for nudity. If you want to watch Ammonite, it's available on many different platforms. Just Google where to watch it, and it'll point you in all the directions you need to go. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And obviously, if you had different opinions about the movie than I did, just let me know. I personally just didn't love it. If you're new around here, welcome to my channel, and I really appreciate you for watching. And I would really appreciate it if you would also subscribe at the end of this video. And then after you subscribe, hit the bell off to the side to be notified when I post new videos. Well, that is all that I've got for you today, so I guess I'll see you next time. Bye!